Running a Pokemon business is not an easy thing. Running a Pokemon shop, a physical brick and mortar Pokemon shop, is even harder, especially these days with the margins being so thin. Why do I say that? Well, as we all know, TCG stores only get a certain amount of allocation now. They might only get one or two cases when a new product is released, a booster box or an ETB. Maybe they'll get more cases if they're a long-standing TCG shop, but they're definitely going to get less allocations than they got years ago. And it's probably not enough allocation for them to make enough margin for them to be able to pay their bills, right? So they have to find other ways to make their money. Now, a lot of these TCG stores are not selling their product at MSRP because they have such low allocations. They need to make more per box in order to help cover their overhead. Now, we all know this isn't news, and I'm not here to inform you guys about how TCG businesses work yet. Coming soon. But what I do want to talk about today is what's making it even harder for some of these TCG shops is the theft that's going on right now. And it's rampant. It's happening everywhere. It's happening in multiple countries, multiple states, provinces, you name it. So this particular news story I want to share to you guys just dropped today. It's a store out in Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada. And they've been robbed 3 times, okay? 3 times, which is no joke. I mean, like jewelry stores get robbed. You see, cell phone stores get robbed. You get, different kinds of high value item stores get robbed. And, Pokemon's become such a high value item that effectively these stores are now like jewelry stores. And they're going to become as guarded as jewelry stores as we move forward in this. You're going to see like crazy security. You're going to see double doors entering, buzzing in. You're going to see, locked glass cases. And I mean, in countries like the US, it's a little different because, people will have weapons. They're going to have, security locked doors where, you come in, press the panic button, can't get out, that kind of stuff. So we're going to start to see this kind of stuff at TCG shops, which is unfortunate because it really ruins that, that vibe where you walk into a local card shop and it's fun and, it's comic books and TCG and all that kind of stuff that makes it fun for kids and for even adults, for everybody. So that's getting ruined slowly because of the craziness that's going on in the hobby. So let me show you guys this article really quickly. So go into this article. Headline is BC Pokemon Card Shop dealing with third break-in just 6 months into business. So they just started their business, which means they probably don't have crazy allocations. They're probably struggling to make margins. Let's read this with you guys. Thieves swiped thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards in another lower mainland hobby shop break-in earlier this week. And the owner of the business says it's the third time this shop has been targeted in the 6 months since it opened. It just feels like we just got back on our feet, restocking the store, said Leon Chan, owner of Captured Cards on Imperial Street in Burnaby. Burnaby is just outside Vancouver. And then, here we go again. It seems like we can't catch a break. The latest break-in occurred 2:30 a.m. Wednesday. So they come in the middle of the night when they're not open. And the thieves were quick, Chan said. They made it in and out about 3 minutes, stealing $5,000 to $6,000 worth of cards and display case. Really, the hardest part is the mental part of it, Chan said. You work really hard to bring your dream to life, but then here are people trying to take away your livelihood. The thefts at Capture Cards are part of a larger trend of thieves targeting trading cards, especially Pokemon cards, in break-ins across the Lower Mainland. The Lower Mainland is effectively the non-mountainous regions of the Vancouver, BC area. Other thefts so far this year have occurred at House of Cards in Abbotsford and Everything J&J in New West. Chan says the tight-knit gaming community has come together to support his shop, with one customer even donating his own Pokemon cards to help replenish the stolen cards. Police are investigating, and Chan said they told him a task force has been formed to look into the string of break-ins at his and other stores. So now there's a Pokemon task force that has been formed in the Vancouver area to go after these thieves that are targeting TCG shops, which is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay. And it's really sad to see the hobby descend into this. And I'm really saddened to hear this kind of thing. And for somebody like me, who's, kind of gotten back into this last couple of years and, looking to build a Pokemon business myself, maybe one day have a brick and mortar store, it is quite concerning. It is quite concerning because I don't think we should be dealing with this kind of stuff. And these big box stores, Target and Walmart and Sam's Club and all these places that are getting Pokemon stock, they first of all, they don't carry the stock. It come and gone in one day. and they don't get break-ins like this. They just don't have to deal with it. And if they do, they're big enough to sustain it. But it's these small guys that don't have the ability and they don't have the margin to sustain it. Now, I'm sure they have insurance and I'm sure it covers it, but the premiums go up when you make claims. So I feel really bad for this card shop in particular. And we know that this is a widespread issue happening everywhere. So keep that in mind, guys, when you're going out there, when you're shopping, when you're looking for Pokemon cards and you're going to your local LGS, and they do have a slightly inflated prices, maybe scalper level inflated or slightly below scalper prices. Just think, like, if I buy from this LGS, I'm supporting a local card shop. I'm supporting local. They have a lot of challenges. It is a business. They're not trying to just rip you off and make a quick buck. This is their livelihood. They're working hard at it, 50, 60 hours a week. Most likely, if it's a local card shop with one location, it's an owner operated business. So better to support them than to support the scalper who's, going and lining up with his buddies at Target and then selling it on Facebook Marketplace, who has no overhead, who can make $10 on a box and it's pure profit. He doesn't pay taxes and he doesn't have to deal with these thefts. So, and maybe that's the person that's actually doing the thefts. So I would say, help these LGSs out, support your local card shops, support local. And that's my message for you guys today. Keep ripping packs, keep buying Pokemon cards. I know it's a little bit more expensive now, but if you like the hobby, you'll pay the extra price. Prices of things always go up. We're in an inflation time. Prices are going up. Gas prices are up. The economy is a little bit wonky. We all have to deal with it in our own ways. And some people have the means to continue to, enjoy this hobby and continue to buy Pokemon cards and open packs. And some people don't, unfortunately, have the means to do that. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with this hobby. The hobby is stronger than it has ever been before. Okay? Keep ripping packs. Keep doing all the things that you've always done. You have to pay a little bit more. Yeah, but the cards are also worth more. So the packs are more expensive. The sealed product is worth more. It all kind of comes out in the wash in the end. And if you want to collect master sets, then go to your LGS. Buy the singles. You don't have to buy booster box cases and open 6 booster boxes and pull every single card for your collection or for your master set. You can buy singles. It's much more affordable. So the hobby is still strong. You can still enjoy any aspect of the hobby that you like, whether it's collecting singles, master sets, collecting cards from a certain type of Pokemon, playing the TCG, collecting sealed product, whatever part of this hobby that you like, grading cards, slabs, it's all still there. PSA, or you want to use any other grading company, do it. Go for it. There's nothing wrong with any of it. Okay. And I'm not going to shame you and I'm not going to make you feel bad for following a rip and shipper and ordering product from them or from paying inflated prices. Even if you decide to purchase from a scalper, I'm recommending you don't. And I'm giving you reasons why I don't think you should. But if that's the decision you make and maybe the most accessible option for you is to purchase on Facebook Marketplace, then go for it. Do that. Okay. I'm not going to be here telling you what you should or shouldn't do. I'll make some recommendations, but I'm not going to call you stupid. I'm not going to, shame you for making whatever decision you make with your money. And there's a lot of people out there doing that, which I'm going to cover on my next video. So that's my message for you guys today. Support your local card shops, support your LGS. Call out people who do shady stuff, call out people that are, non-ethical. Obviously, we don't want to see any robberies or anything like that. So support your LGSs, keep ripping cards, enjoy the hobby, and we'll catch you on the next one.